What? Do you need it? How was Zell Huber? Yeah, he texted me.
It's kind of amazing, right? Like you just don't get it. Like you don't get it. Like I don't get it. Like if you scored a 4 round, okay, but all in all, what a tremendous night. And I feel like UFC or Noche UFC should be yearly because the crowd, it felt like a pay-per-view. It didn't feel no different. The crowd was electric. The fighters were fantastic. What a beautiful night, and what a great fight between these two women. They're clearly the two best flyweights in the world, and I can't wait to watch them fight again if that's what they decide to do.
Yeah, and they really set the bar for women all over the world in mixed martial arts. They're some of the highest level women in the
And the whole
world.
division is going to elevate because of those two.
They performed awesome. They put on a show. They closed this out. Everybody was on their feet, and it was one of the best fights of the whole card. But where's the consistency? That's what I don't get.
And how about
Where's the
whenever they said 47-47, a majority or split draw, and the crowd goes, ooh, they thought she lost. And they go, and still, okay, we're still good now. We're still good. It's crazy.
I will say Mike Bell historically is a very good judge, very credentialed judge. He's worked a ton of UFC fights, but that is a scorecard we'll be talking about deep into the night and next week. Real quick, you running this one back? You got a lot of flyweight contenders right now. You running this back?
I mean, I think so. I think you have to. I think you have to. Valentino was going to be the champ tonight, and I caught a very bad 5th round. You have to. And it's the best. It's the best, most marketable, most competitive fight they have in the division right now.
Yeah, that fight. Plus, when you look at what it takes to make a 10-8 round, I don't know how Mike Bell can say that's what it is. Like when you look at criteria, I don't know how he said that there's
Dominance,
consistency.
duration, and damage.
Outstanding Cormier, outstanding job, fellas. We got to bounce on out of here. Noche UFC is in the books. Post-show coming up right there on ESPN Plus in a matter of
Shelby's
moments.
reaction.
For watching
Research into
Vivo.
Shelby's face.
Viva Mexico.
Argentina, pero es así. Como quiebra la galleta.
¿La levanto? You want me to pick it up? Siéntate ahí, güey. Oh.
Good. Fishy.
Mira, Jacob. Esta sí tiene. Esta no. Me estoy jugando acá y Booster no me salgan.
All right. Raul, congratulations on your victory. Under a minute, I can't imagine that you've got much criticism, but I guess how do you feel about your performance this evening?
I feel really good. I had a really good preparation. I for sure visualized the fight going 3 rounds. I was ready for every scenario. I had my coach, Trevor Cooper, help me a lot on jiu-jitsu. So my grappling, my timing was on point. In case it touched the ground, I knew I was going to find the submission right away because we put in a lot of work, a lot of hours of grappling with my coach, Trevor Cooper, my striking coach, Raul Rosa. So I was just blessed to show everything I've evolved from the last fight, my improvements, and I was able to do it tonight.
In complete control once you dropped him, of course, but you talk about your jiu-jitsu. Was there any part of you that thought about looking for a submission while you're on top, or did you want to finish that with the strikes?
Like I said, I was ready for anything, so whatever he gave me, I was going to take it. So when I dropped him, I knew I had to go for the finish, but I was also relaxed in case he survived. I was ready to just keep putting on a beating and, just keep showing my skills.
I know you're used to a lot of attention, but there was a pretty special environment in there tonight. Can you talk about, I guess, how that impacted you positively or negatively, what that whole, Noche UFC environment meant to you?
It was a really special night for me, the fans, the people. Mexican Independence Day, so it was a really special night for all of us tonight.
Yeah. I know you said nothing changed after the loss last time, right? The goal was still the same. That said, how important was it? How relieved are you now to get a win tonight and to put that behind you?
Yeah, like I said, nothing's changed. Nothing's never going to change. We're never going to break. All the corrections were made. Y'all saw the corrections. I got a team right here with me that tells me all the truth. Whether I win or lose, they're going to tell me how bad I sucked, all the mistakes I did. So this camp, we made sure we did everything right. And I'm just going to keep improving, showing up, and chasing my dream.
Nice. Last thing for me, you had this fast track going, right? You had this setback. Now that you're back in the win column, do you want to, let's rush to the top as quick as possible? Do you want to develop a little bit? Like, how do you see your path going from here?
Yeah, like I said, I heard this quote from Kobe. I don't care how fast they want to take me. Like if my manager tells me he wants me to return as soon as possible, I will. Because whether I'm ready or not, if I'm ready, I'm ready. And I see how I can keep getting even more ready. And if I have a fight and I'm not ready, I see how I can be ready for the fight. So I'm always going to be ready.
Hey, Raul. This time, what did you do different? Were you focusing more on striking? Obviously, you got the knockout.
I did a lot of things different, but I was focused on everything. Like I said, I hit a lot of grappling hours with my coach, Trevor Cooper. A lot of people don't know him, but he's a beast. So my timing was there. I knew if we touched the floor, it's the most confident I've ever been going into a fight in my grappling. It really evolved. I didn't get to show it tonight, but, man, my timing was there. So anywhere the fight went, I was ready, and I knew I also had to let them hands fly, and I did.
So after the fight, you went over and you gave your mom a huge hug. It seemed like a very emotional moment. You also had the Mexican flag all around you. How do those two things motivate you?
It motivates me a lot. I want to give everything to my mom. I want to give her the best life ever. Thanks to her, my dad, my brother, I'm here. I wouldn't be here without them. So now it's just a way of me giving back. We've been through a lot, and now we're blessed with this life and these opportunities.
One last one for me. You're the youngest fighter in the UFC right now, and you're Mexican. For all the young Mexican kids that you inspire, what do you want to tell them?
I just want to tell them to keep working hard. You know, doesn't matter what people say, chase your dreams. You believe in yourself, and that's the most important thing. Believe in yourself, have a clear vision on what you want to do, and go out there and do it.
Thank you.
Raul,
Over here.
I know you're a very confident guy, but after that first loss, did you ever have any doubts like, oh man, did I get into the UFC too early? Am I biting more than I can chew? Did you ever have any doubts at some point?
Never had any doubts. Never had any doubts on my skills. The only thing that lost changed was my record, and tonight I showed that nothing has changed.
And how special was it to fight on Noche UFC, this event that it's celebrating the Independence Day for Mexico? How was the atmosphere? How'd you feel out there having the Mexican support?
It was a blessing to be able to have my comeback be on this special day. Like I said, it's a really special day for all of us. So, man, it felt really great. All the support from the Latinos, and the UFC got to see how much we support, how much support we get from the Mexicans, and how much the sport has evolved now.
Do you think this is a thing UFC should do annually, should do every September 16th?
Yeah, for sure. And for sure tonight is going to go down in the history books. And I just want them to look back at this night and remember my fight.
Thank you.
Raul, over here. Now that you're 3 fights into your UFC career, do you still feel the pressure of the huge storyline being you're the youngest fighter on the roster, or was it never really a factor for you?
It's never really been a factor for me. I just got to go out there and fight, perform the same thing that I did to get here.
And I noticed you switched up the walkout today from Mariachi Loco. What went on behind with that decision?
Just wanted to give a different show tonight. That song is really traditional, so, you know, I like the vibe, so I chose it.
And being Noche UFC, I have one in Spanish for the Hispanic community. Sabiendo que pasó en tu última pelea en abril, ¿empujaste hoy un poquito más para la victoria, sabiendo que estabas peleando enfrente de miles de tus aficionados en este día especial para México?
Sí, la verdad, nomás quería salir hoy y demostrar a todos que merezco estar aquí. La verdad, en mi última pelea defraudé a muchos que creen en mí. Entonces, esta noche nomás les quise dar una probadita que sigo aquí.
Thank you.
Over
Raul,
here.
back.
There was some big names that tweeted about you and posted about you. Rey Mysterio shared a photo of you. Connor tweeted Viva Mexico after your performance. So how big of a superstar do you think you could be moving forward in the UFC?
I'm different, so I have a potential to be a superstar, break all these records. So I'm blessed I'm just being myself, and I'm blessed that I am the way I am. And I know I have potential to become one of the biggest superstars of the company.
When you say you want to break all these records, are there any specific that you have like in your sight that you really do want to break?
I just gotta live day by day, focus one goal, and then go after another. Right now, it's just come back, have another amazing performance, climb up the ladder, and go from there.
Raul back here. Raul, we saw your mother very emotional with your victory and obviously embrace her. Just can you talk about what words were exchanged? Obviously, you talk about, you know, how much you want to give her and how much you do this for her and to give her a better life.
Yeah, she told me she's really proud of me. She knows all the work me and my brother, he's on the come up, all the work we've put in, how dedicated we've been. Like my dad always told us, be the best at whatever you choose. We chose this career, so we're on our way to become the best.
What music does she put on when she's driving you and your brother to practice now?
Man, she's always there for us. I'm blessed to have a mother like her, always supporting us, always looking out for us, making food for us. Anything we need, she's always there. She's always going to be there no matter what, no matter who we are in life, no matter I'm a superstar, I'm nobody. She's always going to be there for me, so I'm just really blessed.
Congratulations.
Felicidades, Raúl, con el triunfo.
Obviamente nomás tenemos como menos de 60 segundos para juzgar tu desempeño, pero te viste tremendo. ¿Cómo se sintió ya cuando tienes la mano en alto? Ya pudiste conquistar, mejorarte. ¿Cómo se sintió ese momento que dijiste, aquí estoy, los que me dudaron, ahora cómo me critican?
La verdad, eso no me importa, que me critiquen, que duden en mí. Yo no lo hice por ellos. No salí allá afuera y hice lo que hice por ellos. Lo hice por mí y por los que creen en mí, pero más que nada por mí. Yo tenía que demostrarme a mí mismo que sí soy quien digo ser. Entonces, todo esto que fue hoy fue para demostrarme a mí mismo.
Muy bien. Y ese golpe que conectaste, obviamente tu boxeo contiene a mejorar. ¿Cómo viste que pudiste contragolpear con eso? Porque ese gancho que conectó casi lo noquea ahí mismo con ese golpe tan fuerte que fue.
La verdad, estuvimos practicando mucho. Como lo dije, mi striking ya siempre ha estado ahí, pero era hora de ponerlo a prueba. Y hoy lo puse a prueba y eso nomás fue mi reacción cuando él tiró ese gancho y lo pudimos pescar.
Y finalmente para mí, ¿cuándo te vemos de regreso? Obviamente no te lastimaste, no hay cortadas, no hay lesión. ¿Te vemos otra vez este año o hasta 2024?
Me gustaría este año, pero más que nada yo le hago caso a mis coaches, a mi manager. Voy a hablar con ellos y lo que ellos decidan, lo vamos a hacer.
De acuerdo, man. Feliz y buen trabajo, buena noche.
Muchas gracias.
Valentina's probably too upset. You should probably let, she's an emotional woman.
I think somebody threw some sand in Yokozuna's face.
Hey, thank you so much.
All right.
Yep. Then I go in there.
How did you score in the main event?
It's not Colorado. My 23 and a half is kind of not happening. I scored 9-10, 10-9, 9-10, 10-9, 10-9. I scored just like Junichiro. 3-2 Alexa.
That's what I had.
Okay. No, we were not.
What did you have?
You were one. Oh, a contrarian. Okay.
You know Kennedy. Always back.
Yeah, man. Colorado State is beating Colorado. What the heck? Yes, they are. Guess it wasn't as personal as I thought. So. Wait up a second. You recovered your mouth guard?
No, these are the next weeks.
Oh, I'm glad you. I'm glad.
The edge of their seat, make it exciting for everybody until the end.
Yeah, it's another close one. I want to go back, watch it, and then assess. But my team are pretty confident I won every round. But yeah, it was a tight one.
No, it absolutely was. A win is a win, right? But I mean, I'm just curious, as you feel right now, team says you feel good, but personally, how do you feel about the way things played out versus your expectations tonight?
Yeah, I was like, he's hard to read, and I didn't know what to expect going in there, so I just wanted to be defensively sound and land shots. I wanted to try and take him out in the last round, but yeah, it was hard to read.
Obviously, he's going to have length. He's he had volume as well. I mean, was that what you were expecting to see out of him tonight, or was it even different than maybe what you had trained for, or what you thought you'd see?
No, I feel like it was much of what I thought I would see from him, and yeah, he sort of delivered. Obviously, we were going in there thinking it's hard to know what to expect. I didn't want to get into like the talking exchanges with him, but I just did. I did. But
I was going to ask you about that, right? Like, because it seemed like not necessarily that you played into it. It seemed like mostly it was at like the end of rounds and stuff like that. But you did kind of have some smiles and some banter in those things, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to get involved, but it was hard not to. It was interesting. I've never fought someone that does that sort of thing before, so it was interesting.
Why is it so hard to resist? Is it because he's trash talking to you, or because it's funny and like you want to have fun? Like, what is it?
I feel like he's a likable guy. I like to go in there and have a bit of a killer instinct, but he was talking. He was just kind of a likable guy.
That's funny. How confident were you? You had one, because I think a lot of us weren't really sure where the score was going to be at. What did you think at the end of 3 rounds?
I mean, I thought I was winning. I feel like I was pushing the pack, like landing the heavier shots. But as soon as I heard split decision, I thought, you never know, do you? Unfortunately, it's you never know with the judges, and like after a fight like that, it's hard to tell.
Nice. Last thing for me, I guess. I mean, that's 2, as you said, razor thin, tough fights in relatively short order. What's the plan from here? I mean, do you need some time off? Do you want to get booked again right away?
I feel good. I want to fight probably get one more in before the end of the year. But yeah, I'll just go back home, make the long journey home, and get back into training, and then try and book the next fight.
Jack, do you remember some of the things he was saying to you?
Yeah, he he said things like, "Yeah, this is a fun fight," and he also said we should train at some point. Whenever you're next in America, and I was just like, we're fighting, like, let's go.
Is it, when you're dealing with someone like that, is it almost like you said, you want to have a killer instinct? Yeah, when he's talking and being so like light-hearted, does it kind of take you out of fight mode into sparring mode? Does it take you what does it do to you mentally? Does it kind of just chill everything out?
It's weird. I've never felt it before. I knew it was coming, and it still sort of flung me off a bit. But yeah, it was weird. It sort of makes it a bit more friendly, which I wasn't. I wanted to. I want to take my opponent out, but I tried.
When you look at Kevin, he's a long rangey guy. Is he one of the guys that potentially stylistically might be your trickiest challenge in this division? Those longer guys might be able to hold you off in a way.
Of course, I want to try. I plan on getting to the inside and doing my best work on the inside. So always when someone's got the range, it's a tricky game to try and get to the inside. But yeah, I feel like I did pretty good.
Congrats, mate.
Jack over here. Obviously, with Kevin Holland, we never know if he's being serious or not. But if that proposal to train with him when you're in America next is real, would you accept it?
Yeah, maybe. I feel like I just come to America to fight, so maybe not come to train, but maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't say no to having another throw some punches at Kevin Holland.
Fair enough. And obviously, it's not the fight maybe the fans expected, and perhaps more of a technical performance from both of you. Was there any part of you that felt frustration in there knowing Kevin wouldn't go away, or just the way he fought tonight?
I mean, I was trying, It's like, I've got to be defensively sound. I've got to try and not get my head splattered across the cage. So I wanted to be defensively sound and pick my shots. So I was trying.
And the last two fights weren't your typical JDM fights where you go out and get your opponent out of there inside the distance. But do you think you needed to go through fights like your last two in order to continue to develop?
Yeah, for sure. I think every fight you can pick things away, and especially when you get 3 rounds in, there's a lot more film to study and a lot more technical aspect you can work on, and just good experience.
And obviously, you finally got your fight at the T-Mobile Arena that you've been asking for. How was this fight week for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome for it just to run smoothly, get to the fight, and then, it was the first time I've ever been in there, and it's a pretty impressive arena, and just being at the top there and looking down, it's a cool thing to tick off the list of things I've done.
And any names now that come to mind for your next outing?
Nah, not really. I'm just whoever. I want to fight before the end of the year and fight whoever.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
There's a couple names that people have been throwing out. There's the rebooking of Sean Brady, obviously. People are throwing out Vicente Luque, maybe a Shavkat Rakhmonov. Any of those names kind of stick out even more?
Honestly, all of them. I'm not going to call one of them out, but any one of them, if I got offered the first one they offer me, I'll probably just jump on it and say, let's go. All those, they're challenging fights and exciting matchups.
Now that you got your co-main out of the way, are you ready to go 5 rounds and main event a card?
Yeah, I feel like I could have put another 2 rounds in then with Kevin, if need be.
And obviously, the fans were talking shit after your last fight. Do you think that you did enough to shut people up?
Probably not. I don't think you can ever shut everyone up. So, yeah, but I'm sure they'll keep talking shit.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Jack, right over here. Jack, now that we're after the fact, you got to fight in Mexican Independence Day as an Australian. Now that it's over, do you wish that you had gotten to fight last week, or you know what, were you good with the vibe?
I mean, everything happens for a reason, and it was an awesome experience, and just didn't work out last week, but I loved it, yeah.
And then, can you explain, how satisfied were you with the adjustments you were making throughout the fight to deal with his range and everything else?
Yeah, I felt like I was making good adjustments. I feel like I was pretty defensively sound. I think I saw a lot of the shots he was throwing, and I feel like I defended a lot of them. So, but obviously, look back, and suss it out.
Final question. Your countrywoman Casey said in an interview recently that sometimes with Australians there's the tall poppy syndrome, that there's not always that support from your countrymen when one of you guys is doing really well. Is that something you've ever felt, or do you feel like it's maybe more complicated?
I don't know. I feel like I get... everyone that I care about gives me close support, so I'm happy with the support I get.
How are you going to celebrate this one?
Just going to go back and, just chill out, relax with the team. The team obviously come a long way with me, so just celebrate with them.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Just real quick, you had mentioned how fighting here at the T-Mobile was like a thing you wanted to do. Is there any other things that you have in your bucket list as far as fighting goes?
Fighting? I want to fight all over the place. New York, I would love to fight in New York. Would be a pretty cool place to fight and to visit.
Thank you.
What do you need, mate? You audio?
How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Everything great, by the way. Amazing Last Supper style podcast video thing in Australia.
Oh, thank you.
Love that conversation. Hope we have that more often.
Well, we went to New Zealand afterwards, but then we took on that so that we couldn't speak.
Ah,
It happens.
as one does.
Yeah. On a beach in New Zealand, where else?
This is it, man. A minute to go.
Holy shit.
I know. It's a 20 to 20 with a minute to go. Colorado's driving down the field to tie the game with 2-point conversion. Dion said, yeah. Yeah, yeah. And Dion on college game day today said, yeah, and he said, I just want you to keep the cameras rolling in the exchange in the middle of the field because of the fact that the other coach said nasty things about him. Oh yeah, he said, my mom taught me that when you talk to grown-ups, you're supposed to move your head, take your sunglasses off. Yeah. We're seeing some lack of discipline today. We're seeing some primetime game. Game day was there. FS1 was there. Kickoff was there. Everybody.
Oh, wow.
Touchdown. We played at South Florida. Here we go. 2-point conversion. This is happening. This is happening a lot in the streaming. Here we go. Oh, you got Grasso first. You got Grasso first. write the NFL script. The new rock shoes are actually, I like the huh? Oh, psych. Their shit's still there. Cause. They're forgot the bucket. Yeah.
28, Colorado. Yeah, they just tied it with a 2-point conversion. Yeah. Yeah, it was 20. It was actually 28-17 down the field. It looked like kind of like a three-needed field goal. No, got 20. Just got a touchdown. 30 seconds to go at the time. So over here, I was told by Lily when I was back there with Martha is that the next one would be Alabama. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, they go to the report.
I don't know. I mean, their shit's still there. Her team was. I didn't see her. Driving down the field. I think his streaming is a little better than mine at this point because I'm having a little bit of an issue. What the hell did they do? For a loss of a yard? Oh my god, they're going to be able to return this?
And from the other side, it's is gonna be next, but I am here, and this performance tonight, I show that I have much more forward to go. This is kind of like no stop, no less power what I have, no less motivation. It's kind of like no matter how old I am feeling great, and I'm happy that martial arts it's my lifestyle. I'm happy that martial arts it's the way what I am living my life, and I wanna do that before I feel this motivation, and hopefully I gonna feel that for a long time.
Valentina, just on the knees, do you think Alexa knew they were illegal? Do you think just in the heat of the fight she just threw them and it was up to the referee to say, hey, you're fouling right now?
Right now, it's very hard for me to say. I have to rewatch that. I have to exactly see the moment. But I remember my fingers was on the mats. I remember that it was on the floor, and I was kind of like. And that time, in that minute in the fight, I. Didn't think to stop. I didn't think, but I was kind of like looking to the referee and waiting to I act something. But he said continue, and I continue.
When you found out that the fifth round was scored at 10-8 by one judge, what was your immediate reaction? Because it's one thing for them to say, oh, there was a round that's 10-8, but to know it was the fifth round, which I think not many people in here would say that's a 10-8. What was your reaction to that?
I couldn't believe that it's happening, that fifth round it's 10-8. It was surprising for me, very surprising.
Valentina over here. You mentioned your frustration with that 10-8 given to Lex in the fifth, and we all know judges are subject to criticism often in this game. From a fighter's perspective, is there something you'd like to see change in the way judging works with these fights?
I feel that to give at 10-8, you have to be very sure that it is 10-8. But it was not our case. It's kind of like was not even close to 10-8. And yeah, I hope it's gonna change, but I know many fighters go through the same frustration when it's kind of like that way, but you cannot do nothing. The official decision, it's official decision. As I mentioned, it's a draw, it's not a loss, but in my case, it's not a victory.
And you also stated the crowd affecting that result, maybe that 10-8. If the trilogy is next and it were up to you, where would you want that fight to take place and under which circumstances?
I'm the fighter who never choose opponents, never choose place, never choose the moment. I just go there and I prepare myself for the full battle. This is what I was, the way what I was growing up, because I feel this is my character. This is representing me as a fighter, because I don't want to be the picky one, like, oh my God, I don't like this, I will do that, I not go there. I just like do what I love. I love to fight, I love to perform, I love to get ready for the fight.
And although the energy was not for you necessarily, did you enjoy seeing all those fans come out and support both of you guys?
Yes, definitely. It was every time the fans they are supporting, like fighters, it's something that's very motivational, and definitely. But I can say in this fight, I didn't feel like. I mean, already in the fight, I didn't hear the crowd how they like was cheering my opponent or what, because I was so focusing on winning. I was so focusing to go there and get my belt back. That's why I kind of like was feeling I have a block. I have a block from the whole crowd, and it didn't affect me anyhow.
Thank you.
Valentina, one question over here in the back. You've been obviously dominant for so long. When you went out to the cage this time, emotionally as the challenger, how did it feel different, if at all, to your previous fights?
First of all, it felt amazing because I go there for a battle. I go there for a war, and I went there. And for me, like champion, challenger, inside of the octagon, you do the same. You fight the same, and if you are not fighting the same, like no matter what corner you are, what color of corner you are, it's kind of like I cannot say that it's like pure like feeling of the fighter, but I every time perform the best what I can can, no matter if I am champion or if I am a challenger.
Thank you.
Valentina, how did you feel about the fourth round, and what was going through your mind heading into the fifth round?
No time to stop. This is the last 5 minutes, and I have to do everything. I don't have right to feel that I stop for a little bit. I just not continue to move, not continue to strike, and this is what I felt. It's 5 minutes more, and I have to go till the end.
Valentina, en español rápido. ¿Pensaste tú que ganaste la pelea? ¿Cómo tú tenías la pelea juzgada?
My question is just for Valentina, very quickly. Do you think you won the fight? How did you judge the fight?
I do. Sí, yo creo que gané la pelea con resultado 3-2. Esto sería lo más justo. Y como yo dije que 10-8 en el quinto round es totalmente algo que imposible. En esta pelea, en este round, en quinto round, no es 10-8 que tiene que ser tener el lugar ahí.
I think it was a 3-2. That's what I feel would be the most fair result. As I said, there's a 10-8 in the fifth round, a 10-8 in and of itself, and a 10-8 in the fifth round. It's impossible. I just don't think that is place for that.
El juez que juzgó ese round 18 fue Mike Bell. ¿Crees que él necesita dar una explicación o explicar por qué juzgó un 18? Muchas personas están también confundidos acerca de ese puntaje. ¿Crees que él debe una respuesta al público?
And Mike Bell actually had a 10-8. That's his name. That's who scored a 10-8. Do you think that he needs to come out and publicly explain what happened, because a lot of people were confused?
Me gustaría que primero explica, sí, yo creo que esto sería más justo porque no es algo que nosotros peleadores, peleamos y todo el mundo lo ve, ¿cierto? Y como se siente, ¿cómo se dice? Es abierto todo. Pero cuando jueces dan su puntaje, es como algo cerrado, ¿sí? Y nosotros nadie no sabemos por qué. Y esto sí, yo creo que sería algo justo primero y sí, me gustaría escucharlo.
Yeah, it would be really nice to see, because actually we as fighters, I mean, we fight, and all of you see it. Isn't open to the public thing. It's there for everybody to see. Now, as far as the scoring, that's they scored, and you don't see it. It's not. It's a private thing. So yeah, I would actually like that to happen. Some sort of explanation.
¿Quieres una trilogía con Alexa? ¿Eso es lo que quieres después de este resultado? ¿Buscas eso?
And do you want a trilogy with Alexa after this result? Is that what you're looking for?
Como yo dijo, yo soy peleadora que siempre va a ir adelante. No me importa qué resultado es ahora. Yo sé que hice todo para ganar la pelea, pero por primero tengo que estar segura que mi dedo fracturado va a curarse bien para que yo pueda hacer otra pelea en mi 100%. Y claro que sí, yo, como yo dije, estoy aquí por largo tiempo. Y la pelea de hoy se mostró que tengo mucho más para adelante. Nadie no puede parar. Yo no me siento algo menos fuerte, algo menos motivada, algo menos que había 2 años atrás. Yo siento lo mismo hasta que un poco más. Por eso yo digo que aquí estoy por largo tiempo y yo voy a pelear.
As I said, I am a fighter. I'm a fighter that keeps moving on and moving forward. Yes, I just want to see how my fractured thumb is. How long does it take to recover? I want to be 100% coming back. But I said I'm here for a long time. I don't feel less strong, less motivated. I don't feel less of anything. Quite the contrary. I actually feel even more so. And even, I mean, in comparison, like a couple of years ago. As I said, I want to be here for a long time, and I want to fight. That's what I want to do.
Gracias.
Valentina, ¿en algún punto de tu carrera te gustaría ser la estelar de un evento en UFC Perú?
In any point of your career, would you like to actually be in a event of the UFC in Peru?
Sí, claro que sí, me gustaría y también me gustaría mucho estar estelar en mi país de Kirguistán también. Hay otro país, Tailandia, que me gustaría también estar estelar ahí. Ojalá que UFC puede tener un evento allá, porque en Tailandia este campamento tenía en Tiger Muay Thai y puedo decir Muay Thai allá muy fuerte, MMA allá es muy fuerte estilo y todo el público quiere ver, entonces yo también creo que así puedo decir 3 países donde yo me gustaría ser estelar.
We actually love to be the main event in Peru, and also in my home country of Kyrgyzstan, and also in Thailand. I mean, as you know, my camp was in Tiger Muay Thai, and MMA is really strong there. People really want to see it. So I actually have 3 countries that I would like to be a main event in.
Gracias.
Valentina, you did an interview before this fight, and you kind of teased that you would have an announcement maybe after a win, and I'm curious, it was related to bantamweight. If you would have won the fight, were you going to move back up to bantamweight and try and get the belt there?
Yo quería, I'm sorry. It would be like, first of all, depends of the result, right? And right now, I feel it's kind of like, I cannot say what it's going to be right now, the next move, because of the fracture. I have to make sure that it's kind of like taken care and it's kind of like healed. I don't want to someone to like wait on me for a long time, because they kind of like also, I feel the bantamweights, they was like already how many, like few months, like waiting for the title, and to wait like 6 months more, I think it's impossible, it's unfair. And the same, like, but I'm still here, and whatever happened while I'm healing, I will be right on the top for the next one.
Have the weight cuts gotten harder at all at flyweight for you? Just, you know, as time goes on, people say that the older you get, maybe weight cuts get a little bit harder. How has it been for you?
Oh my God, this time it was so easy. It was, I think it's, for the people who are saying it's getting harder, it's because they are getting lazier. And it's kind of like with the time, with the like lifestyle, it's getting like, oh my God, maybe I won't do diet for like months or 2 and do easy cut like for in the last week, but it's discipline that you have to follow no matter what. And I feel if you have this discipline, it's no matter how old are you, older or younger, it's gonna be the same easy. And I think the discipline is the rule number 1.
Thanks, Valentina.
Valentina, gracias por una tremenda pelea, una guerra clásica que vamos a ver miles de veces y que vive por años cuando la gente la estudia y vea el combate al nivel más alto. En tu pelea vimos algo nuevo, que te pudieron conectar y te vimos en la lona. ¿Cómo pudiste recuperarte y qué fue el tipo de plática con tu equipo entre los rounds para poder concentrarte, relajarte y continuar con tu combate?
Thank you for a tremendous fight. It's always a pleasure to see you in such a high level and actually giving us that spectacle. Tonight in the fight, we saw something new. We saw you were knocked down, and we wanted to know what happened for you to recover. What was the process of recovering? What was said between rounds that led you to actually have such a recovery from what happened?
Por primero, entre asaltos, lo que me estaba diciendo mi entrenador y mi equipo es ir adelante, a pesar de que cualquier cosa, ir adelante. No me sentía, sí, tal vez fue algo de golpe, algo así, pero no me sentía perdida, no me sentía algo que no puedo seguir, y eso es lo más importante. Mi cabeza es dura, entonces no se puede hacer algo así que me separa. Entonces yo seguía. Recuperación fue algo simple, porque mi meta principal y en la cabeza que yo tenía es seguir. No, a pesar de cualquier cosa, seguir, seguir es seguir.
Basically in between rounds, the instruction was to push forward, just keep on moving forward, regardless of what was happening. As far as the recovery is concerned, it wasn't a problem for me because my personal goal, is to keep going. Yeah, I didn't feel lost at any time, in any moment. I have a hard head. I mean, they shake your head. It doesn't matter. I mean, I didn't feel lost or the strike itself. It didn't have the effect. My mind was to keep pushing forward, keep going, regardless.
Y finalmente para mí lo que hablamos es una pelea clásica, una guerra, algo tremendo por 25 minutos. Muchas gracias. ¿Cómo se siente estar en otra pelea que nos va a dejar una bonita memoria? Obviamente tus fans te van a seguir apoyando y siguiendo, pero como lo ves en las redes sociales, están hablando todo esto, controversia o no, de todas maneras todos estamos de acuerdo, fue una gran pelea. ¿Y cómo se siente eso de agregar eso a tu legado?
And as I said again, this is a great fight. It was a classic war, and again, thank you for it. How does it feel to actually be in another amazing fight, one that all the fans, I mean, if you go on the internet, regardless of the decision or anything that happened, they keep supporting you and they keep saying this was an amazing fight. So another fight for your legacy.
Al final, eso es lo que más importa. Claro que sí, me gustaría estar esta noche con ustedes con un cinturón, pero lo más importante para mí que dejé mi corazón en la lona y que todos los fanáticos podían disfrutar la pelea. Entonces, esta pelea se queda en la historia y me encanta ser la parte de historia.
At the end of the day, that's what matters the most. Of course, I would like to be here with you with a belt in front of me, but the most important thing is giving this memory to people. It was a fight that people will remember. I left everything. I left my heart in the octagon, and it matters a lot. Is actually being a part of history. It's a great, historic fight that people will remember.
Gracias. Viva Valentina.
Gracias.
Valentina, acá atrás, sí. Preguntarte acerca de, pues, qué es lo que rescatas de tu pelea el día de hoy, de tu actuación, y también ahí mismo en la pregunta que ¿cómo te sentiste con la afición mexicana que se hizo presente? Obviamente te tocó estar del otro lado.
I have two questions for you. One of them, what do you recall about the fight, about your performance tonight, and also second question, what did you feel about the Mexican crowd tonight in such a special night?
Por primero, me sentí muy fuerte, me sentí teniendo excelente training camp, como dije, en Tailandia, en Tiger Muay Thai, con todos training partners que tenía, muy buenos, excelentes, que estaban así empujándome siempre hasta mis límites. Por eso yo sentía muy fresca esta pelea y así como sin parar ir adelante y adelante. Sí, claro, me esperaba que la gente va a apoyar a la mexicana y es algo normal. Yo esperaría de mi pueblo lo mismo, pero como dije, cuando estuve allá adentro del octágono, me bloqueé de todo, entonces no entró. Todo que el público quería apoyar o algo así, no entró hacia mí. Y esto que también creo que apoyó para que se quede con cabeza fría y peleo lo que tenía que pelear.
I felt first of all, I felt strong. I felt really strong. As I said, I had an amazing camp at Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand. I had training partners, excellent training partners that kept pushing me to my limit. That's why it allows me to be so fresh, and that's how fresh I felt during the fight. As far as the crowd, I expected it. That's what I expected them to be like that. That's normal. I would expect that to happen if it was my people. But as I said, when that happened, everything that was happening outside the octagon, I blocked that out. That didn't let me in. I didn't let that in. That never got inside, and that allowed me to actually keep a cool head all throughout.
Thank you.
Second OT, baby. Should have bet the old. I had a listen. I had a $10 parlay. What? Listen, I had listen. I drew $10 on some parlays in the Oregon, so I had $10. Penn State covered. Nebraska covered. I had these guys at 23.5 because I thought it was gonna be a bloodbath. I should have had the over. College overs, baby. Thank you so much for the feedback. I didn't. No, but I mean, right now it's 43 to 35. College over, college unders are a problem. You just never. This is the tweet. She's quite impressive, man. I'm always impressed with her. Answering questions. Yeah. Killer. What happened? Did that? Jesus. You do not enjoy that.
I just like being in a tent for the longest amount possible. You know, there's alcohol over there. I could have that, but I'd rather be right here. I'm pretty sure there's free beer.
Yes. In one language. In one language.
Is it all of them? Is it more nerve-wracking for you to translate, like with Valentina, where you're translating English? She knows what you're translating it to. Like, is there pressure to make sure, like, more pressure?
Sure, but it's interesting because she's very welcoming, and first of all, very much so. And I look at her for validation. I just want to make sure that that happens. Of course, nerve-wracking would be one Cheeto Vera, because he wants me to say the word nut. Yeah. Scottsdale specifically. We went all the way out there, had lunch there at a place that's nice looking restaurant, good food. Scottsdale, it's a what? Bistro looking place, like really huge in a commercial area full of. Is that what it is? Yeah, something with connection or something. Shit. Oh, is it too? Yeah. That's how I feel about Nashville. Exactly how I feel about Nashville. Okay. We all have our Nashville. Yeah. So, one would say you score highly on their scorecard. You're a 10-8 in Scottsdale. Got it. Did you ever get ink there? I know. I'm trying to understand. Like, how do you explain? How do you explain this? Like, how do you explain it? Yeah. Not decisions that are questionable.
Asante Sam was like third generation Eagle for me, so it's like. Shut. Deus venciamos.
Hello.
Well, it's kind of a unique situation here, right? I mean, you do still have your title, but you didn't get a victory tonight. I guess you're still kind of processing a little, but what's the emotion for you right now?
Well, I'm happy with my performance. You know, I think I did. For me, it was 3-2. The second, fourth, and fifth were for me, but I'm not the judge, so yeah, I'm not the judge.
The feeling coming in, I mean, everybody says, oh, it's just the same, it's another fight, but this was your first title defense, and it was this crazy Noche UFC night. So, I mean, what were the feelings, the emotions, everything? Was it different tonight than it is in your other fights?
Well, yeah, it was different. You know, it was my first main event. You know, in such amazing date in Las Vegas. I always wanted to fight here in this beautiful date. So it was really cool. I'm just happy. I'm truly happy with my performance.
Did it add any more nerves or pressure, or just different than it normally feels when you get?
Bring all the energy, and I was happy.
Yeah. Your last fight was a battle with her. This fight was a battle with her. Was there anything in there that was different this time around? Anything you didn't expect that surprised you?
No, I expected like everything. You know, she's very competitive. I'm super competitive, and I was expecting this like a war.
Yeah. Did you? I mean, as you guys were scoring, you said, "As you're not judge, it's not your job." But what did you think going into the fifth round? Did you think you were ahead? I needed this. What was the feeling?
Well, my coach said, "Hey, let's do this. You know, this fifth round, we're gonna make a statement," and that's what I did.
Yeah. How close do you think you were to finishing it there?
I was pretty close. You know, I did an amazing knockdown. I was close in a few positions. You know, to finish the fight in ground and pound, and I think I did a good fight.
Yeah. She was frustrated because there was a 10-8 that made it a draw. Are you frustrated because round 4, right, didn't go your way with 2 of the judges? You thought that was yours. So are you frustrated with the scoring?
No, I'm not frustrated. You know, I did an amazing job, and that's what I'm taking now.
Last thing for me, I mean, she did have an injured hand that she said she hurt in the first round, so she doesn't know when she's going to fight. But what do you think? I mean, does a trilogy need to happen, whether it be next or some point down the road, or do you care if this gets resolved?
You know, it's an interesting question. I wouldn't like to stop the division. You know, there's a lot of girls fighting a lot, you know, to have this opportunity like I did, so I wouldn't like to stop it. But whatever the UFC says, I'm in.
Alexa, over here, other side. Oh.
Alexa, you said that in the fifth, or just before the fifth, your coach had said, "Hey, let's do this." The way that was there a sense of urgency? I mean, obviously, if they're telling you, "Let's do this, let's finish it," did you feel that there was a sense of urgency to finish it and try to get the win outside of a decision?
Not like an urgency, but yeah, we wanted to be clear. Like the fifth round was for us. You know, the championship rounds are amazing, and that's why I train so hard. You know, for the fourth and the fifth to be my best rounds always.
Thank you.
Alexa, over here. Valentina, a lot in the lead up, she kept bringing up, 7-time Muay Thai champion. I want to remind everyone, but she shot for a lot of takedowns in there. Were you surprised that she wasn't as willing to stand with you and tried to make this a wrestling match?
I was expecting that. I know I always do damage with my hands, and it's something I was expecting from her. So yeah, I was prepared.
After you dropped her in the first round or first or second round, did you get a sense of like her game plan might have changed because she did feel your power? And it seems like after that she started to shoot for takedowns a lot more.
Yes, of course. When you have a good punch, and of course you have to change your strategy, and I knew that she changed for that.
Did you think any of those submissions that you were throwing up there, were any of them tight, and were you surprised that she survived them?
Well, we're super competitive. We are in the top of the division for one reason, and so yeah, I trained very hard, and I know she did too. So I'm just happy that we both give you guys an amazing fight.
Lex over here. Going into this fight, you received a lot of support from the fans here in town at the ceremonial weigh-ins, and obviously at fight night itself. How did it feel to be the star of the show this week?
Oh, it's amazing. It's
my first main event, Noche UFC, and such an amazing date. And I love all the challenges that UFC are giving to me, and I just train so hard for giving, good results.
And after seeing this electric atmosphere inside the T-Mobile Arena, what's your message to Dana and the team if you were to try and convince them to make Noche UFC an annual occasion?
I hope. I hope this could happen every year.
And being Noche UFC, I have one in Spanish for the Hispanic community. ¿Cuál es tu mensaje para todos los aficionados que vinieron a Las Vegas para verte defender tu título?
What is your message to all the fans that came to Las Vegas to see you fight for the title?
Pues quiero darles las gracias de todo corazón porque yo sé que toman tiempo, gastan dinero, viajan y vienen todo para apoyarnos. De verdad, eso significa muchísimo. Cada que yo me subo al octágono y escucho a personas gritar mi nombre, gritar Viva México, gritar si se puede, eso de verdad que llena mucho de energía y me llena el corazón ver a tantas personas que nos apoyan.
I want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart. I understand that takes time, that takes money. They have to travel. I know that that gives me so much support, so much energy. And when I get into the octagon, I fight for them. And just it's so awesome that they continue to support. So thank you.
Thank you.
Alexa over here in the back. Alexa, obviously in March, you're going out there to score a big upset over a dominant champion. Tonight, you get to go out there. You were the favorite to a lot of people, obviously the fans. Can you talk about emotionally and mentally what it was like to make the walk second as the champion tonight?
It was amazing. I remember when I did my UFC debut, it was kind of pretty similar. A lot of people cheering my name, sending me their vibes. When I was walking, was taking their energy, touching their hands. So it was amazing. I love that a lot of people came to support all the Mexicans.
And then obviously you're in the back getting ready, but Tracy, Lupi, Daniel, a lot of the Mexicans did well tonight. You're obviously aware probably who's winning and losing. Did that give you more energy or more anxiety before your fight?
No, just excitement. When I saw my teammate Lupi, she did amazing. She's evolving so much. I saw her. We were together in the training camp, so it was really I was really happy when I saw her winning, and all the Mexicans. Tracy did well too. A lot of people. I'm just happy to see how Mexico is evolving and how the athletes are getting better and better. And we had a date in a car special for us, so this means a lot, about Mexico. So I'm just happy for my country in the sport.
When you tell the story about Noche UFC #1, years from now, maybe your career's over, what is the first thing you're going to talk about for tonight?
Well, it's just going to be great memories, and that's the goal, to get old and just remember, I remember when I was doing this. Just good memories.
Thank you.
Alexa, it was announced on the broadcast that the UFC is going to Mexico next year. Are you trying to fight on that card?
Hopefully, I would love to fight in Mexico again.
And obviously, Aaron Blanchfield, Manon Fiorot are the two contenders. Would you like to fight them next, or would you like them to fight each other so that you get the winner of that? Or and if you do want to fight them, who's the one that you would like to fight?
Well, I'm really happy. They are both doing amazing. I have to talk with my coaches, with my manager, and also with the UFC. But definitely, I would like to fight with a new contender if that's the next step. And yeah, it's gonna be an amazing fight.
Thank you.
Alexa, para los niños que tú inspiras, ¿qué es que decir a todos los niños que ven a ti y como campeona y quieren ser como tú?
To all the kids that you inspire, what do you say to them as a champion? They want to be like you.
Lo único que puedo decirles es que sean disciplinados, que entrenen muchísimo, que no se dejen ir por placeres pequeños, no sé, cosas que no dan resultados. A lo mejor es una diversión a corto plazo, pero el esforzarte todos los días, el estar bien enfocado, el dejar de hacer cosas que todo el mundo hace, te va a llevar a hacer y a lograr cosas que muy pocas personas pueden lograr. Entonces, el camino es duro, claro, es súper difícil, a veces es un poquito como frustrante, ¿no? Pero vale la pena. Cuando ves el resultado, cuando te acuerdas y dices, wow, todo lo que luché, todo lo que aprendí, todo lo que logré, yo creo que es una recompensa mucho más bonita que no hacerlo y que no intentar.
Ahorita,
I would say that the discipline, the hard work, and train very hard, and not to let yourself astray for small pleasures, because that's just short-term satisfaction. I mean, you do everything. The things that few people will do. It will get you great things, and continuing to work on everything, and just it's so rewarding when you get there finally. It's like, I did it because I worked so hard at it, and I refrain myself from doing other things that everyone does to get things that they won't ever get. So it's very important.
ahorita estás sonriendo, te ves feliz, pero cuando te metes al octógono, cambias tu forma de pensar. Tienes como ojos que te ves como un tigre cazando.
Right now, you look really happy. When you get into the octagon, you're a different person. It looks like you're a tiger hunting.
Well, yeah, that's something that fighters can do. You know, we're chilling outside, but once you get in the octagon and una vez que se cierra la jaula, todo cambia. Estás en la guerra y eso me encanta también, ¿sabes? De poder disfrutar ambas partes de mi vida.
Once that door closes, you're in a war. It's amazing, but I'm glad that I'm able to actually enjoy both of these things in my life.
¿Y cómo vas a celebrar ahora?
¿Vas a hacer qué? ¿Qué escuché? ¿Viste? No te escuché.
¿Y cómo vas a celebrar ahora?
And how are you going to celebrate now?
Eating pizza, comer pizza, ir con mi equipo, a hacer nuestras maletas, porque ya mañana salimos de regreso a Guadalajara. Pues nada, a mí me gusta pasar tiempo con mi equipo, con todas las personas que me apoyan, y ya.
Get some pizza, pack our bags, because we have to go to Guadalajara tomorrow, and that's what I like to do. I like to be with the people that are with me and supporting, and that's it.
Alexa, a couple in English here and then y luego en español. Do you think this is the last you see of Valentina, or do you feel like you're gonna come across her at some point in the future again?
Well, I don't know. You know, it all depends of the UFC. If they want a trilogy, let's do this. If not, I would like to give an opportunity for another girl. I know how it is to be fighting all the time. You know, to wait for your spot, and I wouldn't like to stop just the division. But whatever the UFC says.
Yeah, but if it was up to you, do you prefer a fresh matchup or a trilogy with Valentina?
I don't know. I just fought. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight right now. But I don't know. Whatever the UFC says, I'm always up forever, and any challenge they put on me.
And the UFC did a great job in celebrating Mexican independence and its Mexican talent. But Dana White hasn't said that this is going to be a recurring thing, an annual thing. Would you like for this to be an annual thing, given the success of the event and a date that you would like to fight in the future as well?
Honestly, yes, I would like to. I would love to. I mean, I hope this could motivate a lot of Mexican athletes to do their best, you know, to win a spot in this date every year. And I just hope that the UFC liked what all the Mexicans did tonight.
We heard chants of Alexa, Alexa, Viva Mexico, and you know, we really felt the Mexican presence there. Wondering, did you feel it, and did you feel like your performance was enhanced by the crowd?
Of course, you know, like I said, it's a big energy that when you're listening, like the cheering and every people, because it might sound crazy, but they send you the energy and you can feel it. So it's amazing to have a lot of support in here.
Y dos rápido en español, ¿cómo juzgaste tú la pelea al final? ¿Te sentías cómoda que te ibas a quedar con el cinturón?
And how did you score the fight? Did you feel comfortable? Did you feel that you were going to actually get the win?
Sí, yo sabía que había sido una pelea dura, pero yo califiqué 3 rounds para mí y 2 para ella.
I said it was, yes, I knew it was going to be a tough fight, but I said 3-2.
Y ella había mencionado que en la primera pelea pues fue un error de su parte más que crédito a tu desempeño. Ahora después de esta pelea, ¿te sientes cómoda en decir, o bueno, ya de pronto lo sentías, no sé, dime tú, en decir yo soy la mejor hoy día en la división de las 125 libras?
And after the first fight, she actually said she made a mistake, and that's what happened in that fight. After this fight, winning again, you would say, I am the best. You feel comfortable saying, yes, I am the best, and I do what I need to do?
Sí, bueno, pues saben que a mí nunca me gusta hablar, a mí me gusta demostrar con mi trabajo y creo que lo sigo haciendo.
As I said many times, I don't like to talk. I like to show things, my work, and I will keep doing that.
Gracias y felicidades.
Alexa, aquí atrás, Adam Quintana. Primero que nada, felicidades por tu triunfo. Y preguntarte, desde el primer momento de la pelea, las dos fueron al frente con mucha agresividad, pero por momentos parecía que ya la tenías. ¿Llegó a pasar por tu mente que la sometías? Y pegado a esa pregunta, ¿llegó a pasar por tu mente aquella famosa frase de "Ay, Jalisco, no te rajes"?
Oh, that's one. We're not trying. Okay, so let's go with it. Congratulations on the win. One of the things that happened was from the start of the fight, you were really aggressive. Both of you going at it. Did you really feel that there were times that you were going to get her, like you really had her? And of course, please just elucidate to everybody.
Sí, la verdad es que estuve muy cerca de finalizar en varias ocasiones, sé que golpeé fuerte también, y yo la verdad es que me siento muy bien con todo lo que hice. Y claro, Jalisco no se raja.
Yeah, I did feel that I had moments that I feel very comfortable about everything that I did. I think I did really well, and sí.
Alexa, felicidades por retener el cinturón. Alexa, Valentina estaba diciendo que se fracturó el dedo en el primer asalto. ¿Alguna vez durante la pelea te diste cuenta de que quizás algo estaba mal con ella durante la pelea?
Valentina mentioned that she actually fractured her thumb in the first round. Did you, during moments of the fight, did you feel that? Were you able to pick up on that?
Pues mira, somos peleadores, la verdad es que eso es nuestro trabajo. Yo una vez una pelea me rompí el cruzado y yo creo que nadie lo notó, entonces en este nivel somos súper guerreros.
We are fighters. We're going to always keep going no matter what. I once in a fight actually got injured, and I don't think anybody never noticed. So we're warriors.
Ya, de segundo, ¿de qué es lo que estás más orgullosa esta noche?
And second, what are you most proud of tonight?
Bueno, de lo que más me siento orgullosa es de que, como yo les prometí, iba a dar una guerra, iba a pelear hasta el último minuto y solo espero que les haya gustado mi pelea.
As I said, the thing that I'm the proudest is what I said. Everything that I promised, I was able to deliver. I said I was going to deliver a war, and that's what I was able to do. And I hope you enjoyed my fight.
Alexa, over here. I'm just curious, like when you got her on the ground and got on her back again, we're working for the choke. Were you having flashbacks to the first fight?
Yeah, I had flashbacks, but like I said, we are super competitive. She did her job, and it was hard to repeat it again.
Definitely, and you know, one of the best attributes you have, of course, is your boxing, phenomenal stuff. But throughout your career, I've noticed fans maybe criticize, you know, lack of power and, you know, these things like that, despite you having such great boxing. But you got the knockdown in this fight, and I'm just curious, like, does it feel really good to maybe shut people up and show you have enough power to be able to knock down, you know, one of the greatest fighters of all time who never really gets hurt striking? Just, does it feel good to, you know, showcase that a little bit?
Yeah, you know, the plan was to finish the fight, you know, but I showed my power. I've been showing, like, every single fight, my evolution, everything I've been working, and I'm just happy with everything I did in that fight.
Congrats, champ.
Just one quick follow. The knees in the fourth round. I know it's happening like really fast, but do you remember processing like I can tell she's not down, she doesn't have her hand down, or what did you see? Because it happened fast. I was worried they were illegal. What did you remember?
No, I was pulling her up, you know, and the referee was super clear. We had an amazing referee in the fight, so no, I was pulling her up.
Alexa, acá atrás, acá. No sé si ya tuviste pues ese mensajito, esa llamada con la familia. Si es así, pues ¿qué te dijeron? ¿Cuál fue lo que te dijeron? Y también ¿qué hablaste con tus entrenadores, con tu equipo al final?
I don't know if you had the opportunity yet, but exchanging messages or calls with your family. What did they say, and what did you talk to your coaches about after the fight?
No, todavía no he podido hablar con nadie. Estoy trabajando todavía, pero ya ahorita que salga voy a hablar con mi familia.
Haven't been able to speak to anyone. I'm still working, but as soon as I get out of here, I'll speak to my family.
Gracias.
Quick. Oh, I see. Very clever. You and your fucking jokes.
Everybody good with 1 a.m.?
Go on.
11:59, John. 11:59. 1 a.m.